So the Bears are in a very, very sweet spot right now. After their Thursday night win against the Carolina Panthers, they now own the number 1 and number 5 overall picks in the 2024 NFL Draft. And that number 1 overall pick specifically is worth big money right now, with teams that are eyeing guys like Caleb Williams of USC and Drake Maye of UNC. Me personally, not interested in either. One, I don't need a guy who thinks he can walk into the NFL without any playing experience and expect ownership of a team. And I'm still having a little bit of, stress from when we took a guy from UNC last time. I want an established quarterback from an established division in football that is more challenging and more makes players pro ready. And honestly, I think that Justin Fields is still going to be our quarterback next year, so I'm not even thinking about taking one. So I have some ideas of what I would do with that number 1 overall pick and the number 5 overall pick. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Again, like I said, if I'm Ryan Poles, I am shipping that number 1 overall pick off to somebody else that wants a Caleb Williams of the world. And if you would do the same thing and get an absolute haul, make sure you smash that like button so I know that I'm not totally crazy. But the number 5, I'm keeping. Along with all that, make sure to throw your comments in the comment section below about what you want to do with the number 1 and number 5 overall pick, if you're trading back or not. Would love to hear your feedback. So let's start with the trade that I would do. And there is only one trade that I would do with the number 1 overall pick, at least at this moment. That pick is with the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray is not the answer in Arizona. He can't stay healthy. He doesn't watch film. There's been a ton of drama. He has a huge contract, and the Cardinals are just not winning games. And they need a guy for a fresh restart like a Caleb Williams or Drake Maye that's going to get people to go back into the seats. Cardinals have the number 2 overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, along with the number 15 pick from the Texans on the same draft. I am taking those first 2 rounders from the Arizona Cardinals for the number 1 overall pick, along with a 2025 second pick. I need to know that the Chicago Bears are taking Marvin Harrison Jr. with that number 2 overall pick. I need to know that we have the best chance possible of getting him. And that is why I only am doing a trade with the Arizona Cardinals. You cannot risk giving it to the Giants, who currently sit at number 3, or the Patriots sitting at number 4, and giving up Marvin Harrison. He's going to be gone. So I kind of already gave it away, but I'm using the number 2 overall pick to pick up Marvin Harrison Jr. The 6'4", 208-pound wide receiver out of The Ohio State University and son of Marvin Harrison is just an absolute beast, generational type talent that's coming into the NFL. And if you give that guy to Justin Fields, vice versa, you give Justin Fields that guy, it is going to be unstoppable with him and DJ Moore. He runs a 4.39, 33-inch vertical. Like, it is insane how athletic this guy is. He doesn't drop anything. He's fantastic in any aspect of the game, and he is going to be a game changer for any team that he goes to, and I want that team to be the Chicago Bears. So I still kept the number 5 overall pick that Chicago currently owns, and I'm going to use that as another key pillar for this offensive line, and I'm going to go out and get Notre Dame offensive lineman Joe Alt. I've talked about him before in a previous video, but I really like what Joe Alt brings to the table. 6'8", 319-pound offensive tackle that can play tackle or guard. It just makes absolute sense that he's going to play tackle being that big. But he is just an absolute beast and comes from a great school of offensive linemen in Notre Dame. He is a fantastic player with great size, great speed, great vision, and great durability as well for a guy being that big. I would love Joe Alt to come onto this roster, make an immediate impact, have that connection also already with Cole Kmet, build up this offensive line, make them young and talented for a super long time. And I think Joe Alt's the guy in order to do that because of his size, because of his length, because of his speed. No one's getting around him, and he's one of the best run and blocking outside tackles that you can have. But there's a new guy I haven't talked about yet that I'm very excited to take with the number 15 pick. I'm taking Chop Robinson from Penn State University. The 6'3", 250-pound edge is insanely fast and crazy good. His name is also Chop. I mean, like Chicago Chop, like marketing campaigns through the wazoo. This guy could bring in the Florida Gator Chop kind of deal. I just see him bringing a lot of energy just by his name to this team. but his playing ability is why I really want him. He's the 3rd ranked overall edge currently, thanks to our friends over at NFLDraftBuzz.com with an 89 out of 100. A 4.6 40 time for an edge is insanely fast and a nightmare for quarterbacks and running backs, because either he's getting to the quarterback at ease, which he does clearly very quickly, or the running back has nowhere to go and he's going to catch them pretty fast. And having Montez Sweat on the other side of him is going to open up a lot of opportunities for this rookie if he comes to Chicago. And his pass rush grade is 96 out of 100 according to scouts. He did miss 2 games this year, but so far he has 9 total tackles, 7 being solo, 5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and 1 pass deflection. No one runs at him because he's going to take them down. And that, I don't blame them. That's why his stats look so small, but clearly he's a threat because every single time they do run at him, nothing works. According to scouts, also his stamina is through the roof. Literally, he is never tired and always ready to go. His speed off the snap also is unmatched, allowing him to get into the backfield and be an absolute wrecking crew. And also he plays with a very mean mentality according to scouts, meaning that he's not afraid of anybody. He wants to win and only respects his guys. Kind of that tough Chicago blue collar mentality that you want on a team. And I think Chop Robinson brings that. And I know some people are probably upset, like, Nick, why didn't you take a center? There's a lot of centers in this draft. I'm going to go over a few in a video coming up here in a couple days, so stay tuned for that. But I think that these picks, wide receiver, offensive tackle, and edge, the best that they get in this upcoming draft is going to make an impact on your team, and the Bears are going to go out and win a lot more games next year. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Just Another Year Chicago, and as always, bear down, baby.